Hello there.
Now, the reason I am starting off this video with a smile on my face is because I uploaded Plan and Execution yesterday, and you guys absolutely smashed it on the Pengu community post. I mean, you guys just saw Pengu, and you saw Plan and Execution tomorrow, and you guys smashed 100 likes. I think it's like on 180 plus now at the moment. And yeah, I'm just smiling because I uploaded that episode yesterday after a fantastic workout in the morning, so I had the time to just scroll through every comment. I was constantly refreshing like every minute, and every minute there was a couple new comments on the video, and I was just liking, hearting, replying to them, and it was interesting to see everyone's opinion to that episode. And I haven't even uploaded episode 8 yet, so it's gonna be interesting to see the reaction to that one. But yeah, what's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 23-year-old from Lauren film student here from Sydney, Australia, shooting his shot, baby. And today we are up to Better Call Saul episode 9 of season 6, titled Fun and Games. And yeah, this sounds like a better title, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have some fun with this. I'm going to have a blast with this episode. Hopefully you guys have a blast with the reaction. And you guys seem to be loving these at the moment. So yeah, we're going to waste no more time. We're going to get into the reaction. Let's smash it, baby. Let's go. Oh boy, one take intro. Let's go. I know last episode ended terribly, obviously, with the juxtaposition and the opposing sides of the law buried within each other, like buried next to each other. And yeah, I have no sympathy for Jim and Kimmy whatsoever now. I don't care what the show tries to do. I love how this intro perfectly correlates with what Mike told him at the end of last episode about, you know, carrying on like it's a normal day. It's just another day that ends in Y, baby. It's a perfect day. Perfect music to accompany it. Aw, man, not the coffee transitioned with the blood. The blood bucket. Yo, what happened to Nemo? Where's Nemo? Finding Nemo. Literally never happened. The neuralizer, ladies and gentlemen. Might as get. Oh, what in the Predatoroids is going on here? Probably another antic of Saul to make him look injured and help him with his case. You know, it's the subtle details in the show that I absolutely love. Just like the visual stuff. It's like it's a lot of like show don't tell, which is like very, very great. I mean, like for instance, I know this is not the best example to compare Better Call Saul to because Better Call Saul is leagues above this. Rebel Moon, Zack Snyder's new film, was a lot of tell and not show. Like it was a lot of like exposition heavy stuff. And with this show, you notice the subtle details, and I notice you guys telling me in the comments section with Plan and Execution, for example, you know, Howard twisting the can obviously mimicked Lalo, you know, twisting the suppressor onto the gun and those little things. And obviously with the candle, you know, Howard coming into the room, it's like the candle blowing in and out welcomes another guest into the room. But I saw it more as like, as well, Lalo being like this supernatural entity, this being, you know, that can come out of nowhere in the shadows. And obviously, a ghost that came into the household, especially with Jimmy thinking he was dead. So it's absolutely fantastic. And here, with these montage sequences throughout the show, not only this episode, the transitions and cuts are absolutely seamless. Obviously, you had the wiping of the blood transitioning with Jimmy obviously wiping or sort of swiping his ketchup with the sandwich or roll he had. And it's those little things that I admire and love, and it just goes to show how much thought and effort the creators of this show put into each and every episode and in each and every shot, let alone. It's great.
To say I love
See, nothing ever happened. I feel like this episode as well, like this introduction montage, might give us an indication of what Jimmy and Kim's lifestyle was throughout Breaking Bad, if Kim does survive this show, in terms of like another day, you put on the facade and then you come home and it's just all depressing again. Listen, Howard did not deserve one bit of what he got, but they deserve this awakening. I said it last episode, they deserve every bit of it. I have no sympathy for them. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go in on them.
one day we'll wake up and brush our teeth and we'll go to work. And at some point we'll suddenly realize that we haven't thought about it at all. None of it. And
I
that's
feel like
when we'll know.
Oh, I feel like I've heard that sort of conversation before. I've heard those similar lines before in this show. I'm not sure if it was it Stacy telling Mike that she woke up one day and didn't think about Maddie? And like she felt so guilty because she woke up one day and yeah, she didn't think about him at night, or I can't remember, it was something similar along those lines, and it just tweaked my mind. There's like that very same phrase about waking up one day and not even remembering it and just continue on with daily life, and that's when you will know you've moved on. I'm not sure if it was to do with Chuck, but I remember specifically Stacy as well telling Mike something about Maddie, similar along those lines, about, you know, not thinking about him for one night, or for example, and that she felt so guilty because of it.
We'll know we can forget.
Okay. It said Patrick Fabian and Michael Mando in this episode. Flashbacks? Or maybe it was just that picture of Patrick Fabian on the floor, like, ah. Where's the tie, Gus? Where's the tie? I was trying to pick out whether Gus was bleeding from the side through his button up, but no. Yeah, it's the subtle details in the acting. That little twitch when he touched his like sort of rib area. I like that. I like that. Guessing we're at Don Eladio's because that's the Ferrari that Lalo gave him. The one in the middle, the red one. Oh, we're in for a masterpiece interaction here. Everyone is here.
Don Eladio. Don Juan. Gustavo. Don Héctor.
Yo,
Siéntate.
they dragged him out of the nursing home and took him across the border. We're just taking Uncle on an excursion. I could imagine the twins rocking up to
Gustavo, Don Héctor ha hecho una acusación muy seria.
Esas son palabras de don Héctor. Se las dictó a Leonel y a Marco, letra por letra. El atentado contra mi sobrino en su hacienda falló. Lalo le ganó a los asesinos. El día después del ataque, Lalo me llamó. Escuché la verdad de sus propios labios. Fue Fring quien mandó a los asesinos, no los peruanos. Mantuvimos en secreto que Lalo sobrevivió. Mi sobrino estaba a punto de vengarse del traidor, frente a frente, pero desapareció. Esto fue obra del boyero. Don Eladio, mire a Fring a los ojos. Allí verá la verdad. El pollero lo odia. Es nuestro enemigo. Él conspira en contra de nosotros. Yo exijo sangre por sangre.
Ustedes presenciaron estas llamadas de Lalo. Pero me han dicho que ustedes vieron el cuerpo de Lalo.
Sí, estaba quemado.
¿Y acaso no los federales revisan los dientes?
Así es, don Eladio. Mi hermano dice que el registro dental sí coincide.
¿Y qué me dices de esa rata, Varga? ¿Qué dijo antes de morir?
Él dijo que los peruanos le pagaban los odios. Sabemos que recibía dinero. Encontramos las cuentas bancarias.
This is their own little court trial here. An illegal hearing.
Bueno, ya es tarde, don Héctor. Sé que vienes de lejos. Esta noche duermes en mi cama. No, insisto, no hay discusión. Te estoy dando mi cuarto. Está a gusto. Y quién sabe, a lo mejor unas de las chicas te visitarán. Por favor. Buenas noches, Héctor. Que descanses.
That ain't gonna keep ringing all night long, like Lionel Richie.
Te invitaría a que te quedes también, Gustavo, pero No quiero que me arruine el desayuno con el... Ay, ay, ay.
Hey, big up Nacho, man. Saved Gus's ass right there. Like, obviously, he was a big part of this mini trial, right? But yeah, Nacho, a lot of you guys are saying in that episode, one of the most important characters in the show. And even though, like, I don't know, part of me thought before Nacho died that he might survive because it's a prequel show. You never know. He might get the Jesse type ending, go his own separate ways, and you never see him again. And it's interesting to see how all those characters in that face-off with Nacho in the desert, you know, we all know their fates, obviously. And it's just so great how this show manages to, you know, make a prequel, but execute it, like, no pun intended, to perfection in terms of, like, weaving it into the Breaking Bad universe in general. And it will continue to do that. We still got 4 or 5 episodes to go.
Debemos mantener la paz. ¿Qué sugieres?
No quiero suponer.
El South Valley seguirá siendo de los Salamanca. Y el resto del norte será tuyo. Trabajando para Bolsa.
Gracias, don Eladio.
For now, we can manage.
Gracias. Su confianza. Los todos, don Eladio.
I love the subtle details in Esposito's acting.
Bueno.
You know, just even getting off the chair, you can see he's a little bit
Gustavo.
struggling.
Cuando te miré los ojos,
He's firming it. He's firming it.
el odio. Un poquito no está mal. Siempre y cuando no te olvides de quién manda.
For now. This is where I'll make my final stand. It started in the pool. I will end it in the pool. Big up the pool. See? Even Gus has that clarity now. He's opening things up. It's not the purge anymore.
We need to find a new engineer and a crew to do the work. That could take some time. Start today.
Did we need to transition like that? No. Was it a cool transition?
Mr.
Yes.
Fring, welcome back.
Well, thank you, Brett.
What can I get you?
Wine to start.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fring, it's so good to see you. It's been a while.
Yes, too long.
What are you drinking?
The Dressler and Bond.
How is it? Enough said. Brett, can you get that bottle from before?
This guy looks so familiar.
Normally, we would never have this open. But a couple hours ago, I smelled cigar smoke. And I look up, and this Cadillac cowboy is rolling in, puffing on a Monte Cristo. And I mean, he clearly wants to impress his date. So he orders this. He takes one sip and sends it back. For a rum and Coke. Yeah, Diet Coke. What can I say? But his loss is definitely your gain.
I don't know my wine, but that looks clean. I don't drink wine too, but that looks clean.
Remarkable.
I thought you'd like it. It is from the birthplace of Syrah, Côte Rôtie. This one is René Rostan's La Landon. Long story short,
This actor looks so familiar. I've seen him in something on the channel that I've seen.
really lost. It is the middle of the night, pitch black. I'm standing on this cobblestone street with my backpack.
I got it.
There's no one around. I mean,
He was
I
in
have
Dollhouse. He was
absolutely
Mr. Dominic.
No idea where I am.
Yeah.
Finally, I get to this stand of cedar trees, and I just go ahead and roll out the sleeping bag. And the next morning, I wake up, and I'm in paradise. En Puy.
I went home that night, and I bought a bottle.
A 1978 Côte Rôtie. Mr. Fring.
Gustavo.
Gustavo.
I'm saving it for a special occasion.
Well, I would love to hear about it when you have that occasion. Hold on, there's something I have to show you. The owner bought a bottle like Eagle. I can't open it.
Oh, of course.
But the bottle itself is. You'll appreciate this. I'll be right back.
I have a deep thought here. I'm not sure if I'm right. Was Gus because everyone says I think Gus in this show is gay because Max was his lover. Dedicato, Max, that episode suggests, like, I remember the comment saying that that was Gus's lover. So I'm not sure if in this scene he's kind of flirting with David, but I kind of get that sense a little bit. And as well, I don't know here if he's getting the idea that he's gonna. I'm not sure. I can't remember Breaking Bad exactly, but does he drink that wine and celebrate to it when he drugs Don Eladio?
Brett, would you let David know that I've been called away?
Of course, Mr. Fring. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Like, because he had sort of like a positive moment here, but then it got real serious as he was sort of like observing the wine in the glass. Maybe he thought he can poison Don Eladio from this scene. And the camera just lingers on the bottle of wine. I feel like that scene right there has a greater significance than we think. Like, I feel like, I don't know, general audience might watch the scene. Okay, what was the point of that? It's a bit boring. But I feel like if you look into the subtle details, the actions, what they're talking about, how Gus acts, how Gus observes the wine, how he looks into the glass, I feel like it's a big cathartic moment for Gus there. I'm not sure, but like, I don't know, this show got me thinking too much. And talking too much. Not Nacho's father. Why you gotta keep reminding me of Nacho, man? Does Mike want to help Nacho's father out? Possibly provide him a little bit of closure. I feel like that Howard death is really dwelling on his mind and the cleanup he had to do for that. And people not having that closure and not knowing.
Yes?
Mr. Varga, you don't know me, but I'd like to talk about your son.
My son.
Hasn't he met him before?
What happened?
But like,
Maybe we can
obviously,
talk face to face.
over the phone, yeah.
I'm outside.
Didn't Mike meet him when he came to sort of change the leather of the car or the interior of the car, but just to see Nacho?
Who are you?
It's not important.
I saw you here before.
Yes. Yeah.
Chrysler, Fifth Avenue. What about my son?
I'm sorry. He won't be found. It was over fast. No pain.
You were there.
I was there. Your son made some mistakes. He fell in with bad people. But he was never like them. Not really. He had a good heart. One more thing. You won't have to worry about the Salamancas. Their day is coming. There'll be justice.
Justice?
I'm sorry, my Spanish, justicia, justice.
What you talk about is not justice. What you talk of is revenge. It never ends.
Yo, two elderly men who have both lost their sons.
My boy is gone. Ustedes el cartel y su justicia. Todos son iguales.
A hard thing to do, but a necessary thing. I love how they cut away to that extreme long shot, like sort of like the angled shot of like the corner block, with Nacho's father walking away. Almost seems as if it's like the longest walk ever, and he's just walking miserably back, like he's just thinking. Like it's so good. Like and obviously you have no somber music, no nothing. You saw the natural diegetic sound, and I love those interactions. There's a lot of them in Breaking Bad. There's a lot of them in this show, and when they execute it, it's done right. It just makes you. And it just makes it feel much more real, you know, just nothing but insects you could hear. In the background, obviously, like sort of like the white noise that's generated from obviously just filming there. But yeah, it was such a perfect scene. Like, it's so good. Like, it didn't need to be extravagant. It didn't need to be flashy. It was the right location. You know, dim natural lighting at night. Just street lamps and things like that. And yeah, it was perfect. Ah, the irony. The irony of them standing next to the trash can. That's what they are. Trash. Trash.
Just put in an appearance. 20 minutes tops.
That's your personality. Both of you.
You can get
Trash.
20 minutes of anything.
Told you I'm going in. I don't care.
Francis.
Yo, Cliff, man, I need you. I need you to be big. Please. Please. Stop showing me this. Yo, he wearing the naughty cut too? Damn.
I mean, nobody could relate to a client quite like he could. And it wasn't an act. He genuinely cared. I never saw it coming.
It's crazy how, like, I don't know if this is like just a crazy thought, but it's crazy how inadvertently, or like the killers of Howard, if you want to say Jimmy and Kim killed Howard, because I'm inclined to go down that path and say it's like sort of like the domino effect of the Breaking Bad universe. It's crazy how the killers are right here at the wake, amongst everyone, like the two killers here, like just continue.
Addiction is a disease. He was a good lawyer and a hell of a guy. What else is there to say?
It still doesn't seem real. I mean, I expect to see him charging down those stairs with a big grin on his face.
You know, this is probably the last time any of us will be in this building.
Why is that?
HHM is downsizing.
Seriously?
Yep, they're going to take half a floor downtown. And they're changing their name.
Changing their name to what?
Bruckner Partners? Something like that. End of an era.
Truly.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to Cheryl?
Yeah, and you guys were the dagger. You guys put the dagger for that era.
Not even have a body to put in the ground. I heard she took a leave from her practice.
In an alternate universe,
Maybe we
I
should
would have
go
loved.
there, pay our respects.
I would have loved to have seen Howard tell his wife everything, and then him and his wife go up against Jimmy and Kim. Because I feel like from that one little interaction we had with Howard's wife, she's a no nonsense type of gal. You know, like I just feel like, yo, like I just feel like that. I don't know why. In an alternate universe, what if Better Call Saul?
Good to see you. Wish it was under better circumstances.
You too, Kim. Take care.
Breaking Bad's
Jimmy.
What If?
Saul.
Bye, Rich.
Don't tell me that's the last time we've seen of Rich as well. Come on, I love Rich. Glass half full. Half measures.
Kim, hi.
Hi, Cheryl. I'm Jimmy McGill. You may not remember me. I'm Chuck McGill's brother.
Of course.
Very sorry for your loss.
Cheryl, I'm so sorry. I can't even imagine what you must be going through. If Jimmy and I can do anything for you or your family, please just say the word.
There is something, actually.
Come on, come on, come on.
You two were the last ones to see him, weren't you?
Come on, go in, Cheryl.
I guess so. That's what the police said.
Howard told me that you were harassing him,
Come on,
playing elaborate pranks of some sort.
go in.
That you wouldn't leave him alone.
I know he thought that. He told me as well. I think he honestly believed it.
But you're denying it.
Come on, go in, Cheryl. Come on, Cheryl.
You know what? I didn't leave here under the best terms. The past few years, I could have been more considerate to Howard instead of yitzing him every chance I got. I guess there was a certain amount of jealousy on my part because
Jealousy?
Howard had the
But it was more than
respect
that.
of my brother,
It was more than jealousy.
which I never did.
That was calculated. That was.
Tell me what you told the police.
Come on, Detective Cheryl, go in.
Okay, well, I mean, it was 11 p.m. Howard started pounding on our door. He was very upset. He was going on about something he thought was my fault. Guess it had to do with the Sandpiper case, but I couldn't make head or tail out of it. We tried to calm him down, but he just wouldn't. Finally, he left. That's it.
I'm not oblivious.
Oh yeah, he left. He
I
left
know
this
people are
earth.
saying he was on drugs. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
He just didn't seem like himself.
Are you hearing all of this? Because none of it makes sense to me.
Yes, Cheryl.
Cheryl, maybe we should just...
I don't care what people are saying.
Yes, Cheryl.
I don't care what the police think. Howard was not on drugs. That simply is not true.
Yes, Cheryl. Come on.
There's something more to this.
Yes, come on.
I don't know if it's my place, but I...
Please, just spit it out.
Yeah, spit it out. Come on. Miss Pizza earrings. Come on.
It was about 1.5 years ago. I was still an associate here, working late on a brief. And I saw a light on in Howard's office. I assumed the cleaning crew left it on by mistake. And I was sure the office was empty, so I didn't knock.
And?
Is she gonna say...
And Howard was there at his desk, head down. And he was snorting something. I looked at him. He looked at me.
It's good. This is fun and games. They're playing
I
with
didn't know
everyone.
what to do, so I just walked out. And the next morning when we saw each other, neither of us said anything about it.
Cap!
I never told anyone.
Come on, Cliff. He told you he got pranked. Cliff,
Now
the
I know what
locker.
happened.
You know what the difference here as well? I feel like, I don't know if it was just, I feel like, I think it just goes to show that Kim is more evil and more of a mastermind than Jimmy in this scene here, with the way they retold the story, especially with the way Kim came up with that on the fly right there, and the way Jimmy retold what he said to the police, and retold what Howard did when he came home, or when he visited them. I feel like, you know, Jimmy had a lot of pauses, and he had a lot of like, oh, you know, it was like just like sort of acting in that way where it was like all a blur. Whereas Kim was a bit more straightforward, and I hope Cheryl does not believe Kim, but
In all the years that you worked with him,
Cliff!
have you witnessed anything like
Come on,
this?
Cliff.
Even a hint?
Cliff, my boy. No, not the locker. Not the locker. Please. I will be defeated.
Cheryl, this really isn't the time or the place.
Cheryl. You were his wife. You saw him every day. You knew him better than anyone. Maybe I misunderstood what I saw. You would have known.
This is so...
Please excuse me.
That is worse than them kissing over the phone when defeating Howard. I don't care.
Her sister's here somewhere. I'm gonna go find her.
Oh, and they're gonna come here have a smoke again. Watch. This is their smoking ritual place. I was just checking my camera's still on, because recently, if I touch it a little bit, it goes off.
I know that was tough. But it's over. I mean, really over.
I hope it's not.
Let the healing begin.
If you kiss him, I'm launching Bob again. Imagine that's her final goodbye.
Are we talking about a health issue? Something to do with a loved one?
Nah, just I murdered someone.
Would you rather discuss this privately in chambers?
Thank you for the consideration, but no.
Would you care to supply any detail at all?
Your Honor, I'd prefer not to.
Mr. Ornstein, is the state prepared to discuss Ms. Wexler's motion?
We are, Your Honor. Absolutely.
You know what, Ms. Wexler? Mr. Ornstein's here, I'm here, we all showed up for your party, and now you're taking away the punch bowl. I'm inclined to have you argue your motion, and then I'll consider late arriving petitions.
I'm sorry for wasting the court's time, Your Honor, but it's impossible for me to continue with this hearing.
And why is that, Ms. Wexler?
Because I'm no longer an attorney.
Sorry, what?
I gave notice to the bar 2 hours ago.
I wonder what career Kim's gonna take up now. In a real world, she'll be appearing on Orange is the New Black, but no. She gonna get away with this probably.
You did what? Why? Why? All right, I know why. But Kim, you can't just...
Jimmy,
Just let me say my piece, okay? Let's take a breath here. Kim, after everything that happened, I mean, Jesus. I get it. You want to climb out of your own skin. That's natural. But Kim, you don't just throw everything away. This is your life. You're a lawyer. What about your clients, huh? What about that poor guy, Mr. Yarborough? What about the kid in foster care, huh? You give them everything you've got. Who are they going to find who's half as good as you? No one. They need you.
It's already done.
Oh. Okay, what's done can be undone. You know, all I'm saying is just let's take a week or two to think it over. For now, we're gonna take some time off. God knows we need it. We're gonna find a new place, and we're gonna leave here. We're never ever gonna come back here again. Okay, we're gonna put it behind us. Things will look brighter, I guarantee it. But first, we have to fix this. So we're gonna go back to the hotel room, and you're gonna write letters. You're gonna write a letter to the bar. You're gonna write letters to your clients. You dictate, I will type. We're gonna roll this thing back. I'll order a pizza. We'll pull an all-nighter because we're in this together, okay? So I'm gonna go get your printer, and then we're gonna get the hell out of here.
But Jimmy, Jimmy.
Yo, she already packed, ready to go. She leaving you, fam. That was the last kiss goodbye in the car park. Divorce.
You asked if you were bad for me. That's not it.
I'm bad for you?
We are bad for each other.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. You're both worse than each other.
Kim, don't do this. Kim, please.
Jimmy, I have had the time of my life with you. But we are bad for everyone around us. Other people suffer because of us. Apart, we're okay, but together...
Not really.
We're poison.
Apart, you were still hurting people. Like, Jimmy was still doing that shit to Irene.
Just
like...
Tell me what
That's
I need
one
to
example.
change, okay? Just tell me what it is and I'll do it.
Jimmy will always be Jimmy. Chuck was right.
No, Kim, you make me happy. We make each other happy. How can that be bad? Hey, I love you.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard that in the show.
I love you too.
From both.
No, no, Kim, you're wrong. This is about Howard. Okay, what happened to him wasn't on us. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't my fault. It was that fucking Lalo Salamanca. That psychopath came back from the dead and he walked through that door. He did this.
You always do that. You always try and put it.
You knew what?
I knew he was alive.
No, you didn't.
It was about a month ago. I saw that car following me again. And it turned out that Mike Ehrmantraut had guys watching both of us, watching for Lalo.
Mike told you that Lalo was alive. And you didn't tell me?
It's me. I thought it was a 1 in a million chance that he'd come for us. I thought he would be caught if he did. And I told myself I was protecting you. But that's not the truth. The real reason I didn't tell you was because I knew what you'd do.
What would I do?
You'd blame yourself. You'd fear for me. You'd want us to run and hide until you were sure I was safe. You would pull the plug on the scam and then we'd break up. And I didn't want that. Because I was having too much fun.
Yeah, y'all were having fun and other people were getting hurt. See that tape ripping? That's their relationship tearing apart. Listen, like I said, I'm on one. I have no sympathy for those two. They hurt a lot of individuals. They got caught up in the wrong game and they decided to go down that path and they were bad for each other. She was right. But yeah, Kim, I feel like Kim is more of an architectural mastermind than Jimmy in terms of like slipping away and, you know, pulling the strings behind the scenes. You know, Jimmy's the one that always copped the flag. But when Kim got addicted and sucked into that lifestyle, I feel like she played a larger role in it. And if anything, I feel like maybe Jimmy learned a few things off Kim that he applied in Breaking Bad in terms of like getting away with things. But even though I have no sympathy for those two, you got to respect the execution. No pun intended again. Fantastically executed scene right there and well acted by both actors right there. Like, it was phenomenal. Like, I can't like you got to respect it. All right? You got to respect it. But like I said, I believe one of the comments from Plan and Execution, you have no sympathy for them whatsoever. Is that it? Is that a transition to like the present Breaking Bad? Oh, this is his house. Yeah. Before the raid.
I'm hearing your report didn't use the magic word, Doc. Soft tissue damage. Doesn't matter what the x-rays show. Tissue damage gets my client paid. Hey, you're not listening. My client isn't just suing your company. He's coming after you, personally. What do you mean he hasn't paid? I saw him give you the car. A fake?
Must be lonely in this big ass mansion.
Wait, shut up. I got a good one. Did you see a bus went off I-40 up near Gates? 18 people injured. Don't we know a kid, an intern at the hospital up there, had a bunch of DUIs? What was his name? And then call the newspaper and say that Saul Goodman is outraged at the fiery fiasco on the 40. That's what we're gonna call it.
I wonder how long this time jump is.
Move it to court day.
From the breakup with Kim.
I'm not going down there twice in 1 week. That's their problem. Send a messenger with Beanie Babies and an edible arrangement with extra dip pineapple. It's... shut up. Shut up.
Auto insurance won't pay for your fender bender? Ripped off by your brother-in-law? Major or minor surgery gone wrong? I'm here for you, Albuquerque. Better call Saul. Call 505-503-4...
Did you hear that? It's in mono. I'm not paying for that muffled crap. Mono. It's what the Beatles used. It's ancient. Look, I sound like I'm in a well inside of a cave under a blanket. Who wants a lawyer who you can't hear?
He hustled.
Here's what you do. Stop the check.
He hustled the
ASAP,
Liberty
then call
statue.
the station manager. You tell him if the ad doesn't make my ears bleed the next time it plays, I will see him in court. Screw the FCC. I'll go to the man with those pencil pushers. Oh. Get all that? Call the bank, cancel the check, call the station manager, tell him to crank it up, or I'll see him in court.
Got it.
The makeover is complete.
Move.
I don't know. Wait, we're almost done, so might as well.
What? All right. Let justice be done, though the heavens fall.
Imagine like, I was like, imagine they tie it into Breaking Bad with like that meeting with like Walter or Jesse and they come in. Like that would have been crazy. But I don't like, I'm a bit perplexed at that ending, obviously with the time jump. I'm not sure, because a lot of people were saying in which video was it? The plan and execution video, that Bob Odenkirk had a heart attack while filming. Because I knew about the heart attack because I'd seen Nobody at the time, and I knew who Bob Odenkirk was. But it wasn't because of this show or Breaking Bad, because I hadn't seen him yet. But I knew of him, and I obviously saw the news on Twitter, but I wasn't sure if it was this episode or during plan and execution. And they did the time jump because of the heart attack, and they had to change the way they were writing the season's ending. I'm not sure, or if they just took time off filming, because it was an abrupt time jump. But I feel like you get an inclination as to how Jimmy is dealing post Howard and post Kim, and I feel like he's using this extravagant lifestyle at home, you know, all this materialistic stuff, all this like big egotistical stuff to, I don't know, make it all about himself, and I guess to hype him up as a character as sort of like an escape from the deep depression he's facing. Even though I didn't see any like notice of depression on face value or like anything that's hurting him on the inside, I feel like he is hurting on the inside, and he's just got all this, you know, all this like sort of flashy stuff to sort of, you know, as a sense of escapism from like what he's been through with Kim and the breakup he was facing, you know, prostitutes and, you know, putting on that persona of Saul, you know, what Mike said, carry on with your day-to-day things. And eventually, I guess you'll forget. The day you wake up and you don't think about it, I guess is the day you will know or learn how to forget what he told Kim. But it's interesting to see. We see Jimmy's perspective of it and how he moved on, obviously into like the present Breaking Day world, but not Kim. We don't know what she's going through because, okay, we know she's alive during Breaking Bad, but we don't know what she is doing. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen as the episodes chug along. We've got 10, 11, 12, and 13 left. We've got 4 left, baby. And yeah, I really enjoyed my reaction to this. Like, I thought it was a good commentary in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So yeah, as always, been your boy Elie Moses. There's been a longer episode, but I don't care. I think you guys love the longer form episodes and commentary. So yeah, I paused a bit too much throughout, so I'm not going to talk too much at the end. So yeah, take care. God bless. Peace. These episodes had me thinking a lot, and I just want to like just put my thoughts out a bit more at the end there. I feel like I just need to, I had to think for about 5 or 10 minutes and then come back and revisit my thoughts and just record an extra little segment at the end there. First of all, that letter that Hector wrote, my guy, that would have taken eternity to write, or just for Don Eladio to dismiss him because he had to go A, B, C. Yep, and that would have taken forever. I completely forgot. I should have mentioned it as it was happening, but like obviously it didn't clock my mind. Second of all, I feel like the quote Jimmy said about justice, that justice prevailed though the heavens fall. I think Chuck said that. And I think it was a callback to Chuck saying it in one of the episodes of the show. I can't remember which show it was, but that seems like a very Chuck quote. And I feel like it was said in one of the, maybe chicanery? Not at the end rant, but maybe before the trial. I'm not sure, but it was, I think it's a Chuck quote, or Chuck said something along the lines of that. And obviously you see at the end, Jimmy, or Saul now in his office, has upgraded to the world's greatest lawyer. He's graduated to the world's greatest lawyer because he's not the second best lawyer now because Kim is not a lawyer anymore. So I like that transition as well, even though I don't like the characters anymore. And it's funny how the transition from Jimmy to Saul was so abrupt, but it was like kind of depressing as well, just to see the state. I don't know, it was just see like the state of him and how he began and how it ended, obviously. And like I said, I still have no sympathy for both of them after what they did. No matter how much of a fairy tale they make it out to be, I still have no sympathy for them because they were bad people in the end of the day. Yes, it's complex, it's layered, but I don't know. And like, it's just, yeah. Like even Kim said, I did it because I was having fun. Like, selfish. It was all about like, it was all for her. She was having fun with it. She was having fun hurting people and was having fun, you know, being Jimmy's lover and scheming everyone. Like, still have no sympathy for it. You're trash people at the end of the day. You had the trash kid behind you two. But yeah, it was a fantastic episode. Everyone is so complex and layered, and yeah, I'm just interested to see where they take the final 4 episodes. So yeah. And I'll see if I watch the next one after this, but we'll see. But yeah, I just had to, you know, explain a little bit more at the end there. And I just find this show so fascinating. The hidden details, the callbacks, the foreshadowing, and just, yeah, it's just the visual storyline. The visual storytelling is absolutely fantastic. So yeah,